Hey y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is having a great morning. First and foremost, let me say happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day um, to all the dads out there. Um, including my dad, rest in peace. I'm sorry, y'all. I have had a quick little moment. Um, So, yeah, happy Father's Day to all the dads, to all the men who have stepped up in roles as dads. Um, Shout out to my stepdad. He's not on Facebook. He is not a Facebook kind of guy. Um, but I hope you guys will enjoy your day still kind of early. Um, it's hot here in North Carolina, so if you plan on cooking out, please be safe. Please, please, please be safe. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. Um, y'all come on in. I am going to go ahead and start sending this out to some groups. So, um, yeah, let me do that. And, ooh, I have not had breakfast, y'all, and I'm hungry. I am hungry. And it literally just hit me. Literally just hit me, you guys. I'm like, ooh, I need some food. I need some food. Um, so I gotta figure out. I have no idea what I'm eating. So if you guys got some ideas, please let me know what y'all cooking on Father's Day. What are y'all having for dinner? I gotta go to the grocery store when I finish, so I'll probably grab something for lunch, brunch, whatever. Um, and so, but I have no idea what I am cooking today. Um, I don't really feel like anything specific. So if you have an idea, throw it out there. Um, My girlfriend Deneen said she was making honey glazed chicken, broccoli, and fried corn. I was like, okay. But I've been eating a lot of chicken the last couple of days, so I don't want to cluck, if that makes sense. But that sounded really good, Deneen, if you are watching or joining or whatever the case may be. And y'all bear with me. I am still sending this out in quite a few groups, you guys. So um, thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. But yeah, one thing I do know about Father's Day is, last month we celebrated Mother's Day, right? And we go all out for Mother's Day. Like we do. We go all out for Mother's Day. And Father's Day, they don't get as much love. Um, and we should be showing them just as much love, you guys. We really should. We really should be showing them just as much love because they play a very, very important role in our lives. I do know, my dad passed when I was 8. And so I didn't have that opportunity to spend a whole lot of time with him. And so, with that being said, um, watching other men with their children, and seeing truthfully the importance of that. I absolutely love seeing um, men spend time with their children, and so we got to make sure that we're still taking care of the dads, right? They don't want drawers and socks and ties. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. That is not what they want. Um, we can definitely find something better. Like, truthfully, you guys, we can find something better than the underwear and the socks and the ties, and but we definitely have to celebrate this day. um because just like we wouldn't be here. If you know anything about reproduction, you wouldn't be here. So all right, I think I am done sending out everything. So hopefully, um we can go ahead now and get started on today's Soul Nourishment Sundays with Shay. And so let me see something really quick. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Um, so today is funny because I sat down and I'm like, wow, all of a sudden I am hungry. Because today's topic is the role of nutrition in self-care. So I am Shay Allen, your soul nourishment coach, and I help women master the art of self-care, mind, body, and spirit. So we last couple of weeks, this is my third week doing soul nourishments with Shay, and you definitely go back and watch the replays. On Sundays, I just want to give you guys information about self care and how it nourishes the soul. Well, we know food nourishes the soul, right? And if you think back to like when the holidays come, only a few short months from now, because whew, it's already half of June is gone. I can't even believe it. I feel like I just relaunched and rebranded my business, and that was on June 1st. And I feel like I literally just did that. You guys, I feel like I just did it, but it was 2 weeks ago. It was 15 days ago. And I'm just like, wow, the time is going by. So we think, when the holidays come, the food that we eat nourishes our souls because the person who cooked it is they cook it with love. And I'm not saying that during the regular, the rest of the year, it's not being cooked with love. I'm not saying that. But we all know there is something about Thanksgiving and Christmas that when the person cooking, it's like they're putting their heart and soul into the food. Um, and so it definitely nourishes your soul. Like when I asked my mom to make hot water cornbread, I think it's called, because I don't know how to make it. That's one of the few things. She's like, you need to learn how to make it. No. She's like, well, what's going to happen if I pass away? Then I'm just going to stop eating it. But when she makes it, because I've asked her to make it, it's like she's making it, she makes it with love and she puts everything into it because it's something I'm asking her to make for me. So we definitely know that food nourishes the soul, but we do need to understand nutritional self care. It's not just about food. So it involves choosing foods that nourish the body, enhance health and well-being. Well-being. It's not just to satisfy your hunger, but choosing what's beneficial. Um, I've had a couple of doctors tell me to kind of abide, I'm sorry, by the kind of 80-85-20-15 rule, right? So 80-20-85-15 rule, where 80% to 85% you're eating really well, and the other 15 to 20%, you know, you want to have some regular ice cream, not all the sugar free and all that. That's okay, because if you want to go completely healthy 100% of the time, that's great. I applaud you on doing that. Um, but one thing they find is that when you do that, if you happen to slip up, you're going to beat yourself up about it, which you don't want to do. That's not self care. So you don't want to beat yourself about it. Um, the other thing is, not only are you beating yourself up, you're more liable to do it again and then again and again, and it becomes a repetitive cycle. So if you allow yourself that one time, and I don't like to say cheat meal, but to have something you really want, so most of the time I eat that 80 to 85% is healthy, not a lot of fried. Uh, you know, if I have some type of dessert, typically it's like I get these sorbet type pops from Aldi. They are freaking delicious. They come in strawberry, mango, pineapple, and key lime, and that's all. It's like natural, but they are so good. And when it's hot like it is right now, freaking delicious, freaking delicious. Um, so that's kind of an indulgence for me, even though it's still healthy because it's nothing but the fruit, and then like water, and it's only a few ingredients in it, which is why I like it because it's still natural. But when you want to indulge, you can go ahead and do that. You just have to do it and still keep in mind moderation, right? So if Monday through Friday you're eating healthy meals, you're having healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. When Saturday comes and you decide, okay, I want to go out and indulge a little, you don't feel as bad because you've been exercising, you've been eating out. I mean, you've been eating healthy while, during the week. So give yourself, that little bit of leeway because if until you get to that point, like there are some people who eat 100% nutritious all the time. I'm not that person. Like I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And so I'm definitely want to make sure that I'm enjoying life and trying different foods and things of that nature. So we do want to make sure we eat what's beneficial. Proper nutrition provides the energy to work out and support immune functions and your overall mood and health. So we all know that when we eat, it turns into energy or it turns into fat. So you do want to make sure you're eating proper, nutrition. Now, that food pyramid that them people came out with, that's a bit like the 8 to 10 servings of fruit and vegetables. That's a lot. But you need to incorporate fruits and vegetables into your diet. I'm big on salad, especially this time of year. It's convenient. It's too damn hot to cook. So I am a big salad person. Now, uh, some of them salads that be on the internet, I don't do all that. Like that's a little bit too much. But you want to make sure that you are eating your fruits, your vegetables, you're getting your vitamins through the food you eat, and making sure that when you eat those, it does contribute to that it contributes to your mood and your immune system. Like it is so important now, even though we're 4 years later from COVID, that we still are keeping our immune systems boosted because not only, did we come out of COVID, but there are other things that can lessen your immune system. I just found out that a medication that my mom is taking is compromising her immune system. So we make sure that she is taking things to boost her immune system as well as eating right. My mother be down there eating fake chicken nuggets and shit. I'm not doing all that, but we do make sure like she does ginger and orange juice shots or ginger, turmeric, and pineapple and things of that nature. She juices and all that good stuff. um, but we want to make sure you're keeping your immune system boosted and taking elderberry syrup. um, Nutrition is a form of self care. I know I am an emotional eater. So I make sure I keep my emotions as stable as possible because If my emotions are all over the place, my eating is all over the place. People out there can probably agree with me. There are a lot of emotional eaters. I do try to, and I don't like using the word try, but when I do emotionally eat, I do make sure I'm not eating, like, I don't go too overboard, right? I still eat healthy. Like, I'll snack on baby carrots, or, um, I eat blue corn tortilla chips and salsa, which is, not bad because it's organic and gluten free and non GMO and all that. I shop at Aldi's, y'all. That's my store. But a long time ago, before I really started taking care of myself, when I emotionally ate, oh yeah, it was getting it in. It was because this is when I had my house in Raleigh, and I was across the street from the Lowe's food. And if you ain't never had chicken from Lowe's food, you are deprived. They got some banging chicken, but I would go over there and eat that, like fried chicken and all the bad stuff, so to speak. Um, which is how I got the 296 pounds. So yeah, uh, don't weigh that anymore. Got on the scale this morning, so I could do a 2 week check in, and I am down even from when I started on June 1st. I'm super excited about that. But emotional eating can, yeah, it can do a lot to you, um, because you're thinking about the situation, and people typically do that when it's not a good situation. So you're thinking about the situation, and then you're eating, and then you go back to thinking about the situation, or something happens, or it gets triggered, and it's just a cycle. So we definitely want to make sure that we're eating nutritionally, um, and not, even when you have emotions, keeping within nutritional, something that's nutritious for you, and not at the gas station on High Streets buying gizzards, livers, and potato wedges and things of that nature, because I was bad for that too. So you want to make sure you have a balanced diet. It helps with your mental state. Okay. Um, I do notice a difference when I am eating healthy, that I'm much more calmer than eating a whole bunch of other stuff, right? So, fruits, vegetables, lean protein, whole grains, um, and fish like salmon with omega-3 acids. Y'all, I'm sorry, something's itching. It helps to improve your mood, and you'll see the difference when you eat healthy. Um, unless just the people around you just pissing you off, then you need to change your environment. That ain't just the food. But um, you want to make sure you are getting enough vitamin B12, vitamin D, magnesium, folate, um, those things actually have been linked to lowering stress, um, which some things we cannot stop, so we still get stressed. Um, but some things we can do to eliminate stress. And so while you're working on that, taking those vitamins will definitely help to reduce your stress, depression, and anxiety. Um, Too much sugar and processed food. One, it's not good for you. Um, and it can mess with your mental health. You eating too much of that stuff. So you want to limit, that. Mind you, I'll be baking for the rest of the day, but still. Um, so the next thing we're going to talk about is you got to listen to your body. I am an entrepreneur. Sometimes I just go, 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 and never stop. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs that do that. I know people who have regular jobs and do that. You got to listen to your body. When it tells you to stop, you got to stop. You got to stop. It is so important that you listen to your body. You got to listen to when you're hungry. So as soon as, like I said, as soon as because all of a sudden I got hungry. As soon as I sat down. Well, I can't skip the live, but as soon as I finish, I'll be getting something to eat. It will be nutritious, but you got to listen to your body. When you're full, stop eating. Back away from the table or wherever you are. Don't eat to overeat. That's not what the goal is. The goal for eating is to fill up to make you full, to get the proper nutrition, not just to be gluttonous and just keep eating. I know that can be hard sometimes because it be good, but you don't want to do that. And then you also don't want to undereat. Now, I'm guilty of that to the full degree, primarily because one of the medications I'm on causes you not to have an appetite. So I still do, here we go, try to eat, but you also don't want to undereat because that's not good for you either, right? Because then your body is taking muscle to use as energy, and that's not good. So you don't want to undereat as well. Um, you want to pay attention to both eating and drinking. We want to make sure we stay hydrated. Water, you don't like water, get some mix-ins. The powder, the thing you shoot, try fruit and cucumber, lemon and cucumber, um, pineapple in your water to help sweeten it up naturally if you don't like water. But if you want to know people don't like water, your urine is probably like the sun yellow. That's not good. Like you need to have water. I don't care what you say. I don't drink water. Well, drinking Pepsi and Coke all day is not good for your system. Okay, you need some water. Um, Mindful eating can help recognize personal triggers for mindless eating. So that goes back to having a relationship with food. Y'all have all seen my 600-pound life. Like, do you think those people started out at 600 pounds? No, something happened. They started eating and then it just got worse and worse and worse, which is why it's important for parents to be mindful of what you're feeding your children. That running through McDonald's every single day, no, not good if they're not active. Don't run to McDonald's, let them go home and sit in front of the TV and play games all day. Now, if you run through the McDonald's and they out on a basketball court or a tennis court, they're active, that's different. But you still want to make sure that's not an everyday, thing. And then, of course, you want to make sure that when you do eat, you notice any changes because believe it or not, you can develop allergies later in life. Everything is not determined when you're, 3, 4, 5 years old and your parents are introducing solid food to you. You can develop allergies in your 30s, your 40s. So you want to make sure you're looking at that as well. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about planning and preparing meals. I don't do it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I do. I do not meal prep. The reason I don't meal prep is because I hardly ever know what I want to eat. And I have been on a very conscious journey of not wasting food. So I see people, they be on the TikTok and they make 5 meals of the same thing. I'm like, ain't no way on God's green earth I'm getting ready to eat. I don't care how good it is. Y'all know, if you know me, I can cook, but I'm not getting ready to eat chicken and broccoli and rice for the next 5 days. I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna do that. I can't do it. And so I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not gonna do that either. I would rather wake up and say, oh, I want this. And if I have it, great. I live way too close to like 4 grocery stores to not be able to just run and get something that I would need. But meal prepping is not for me. However, it works great for a lot of people if you can eat the same thing, for 5 days. I can't. I can't. I might could do it 2 days in a row, and after that, it's a wrap. And that depends on what it is. 2 days at max. By the third day, I'm not gonna be happy that I have to eat the same thing again. I'm not gonna do it. So my mom, though, she does plan. Now she doesn't cook everything like on Sunday, but she does plan out her and my stepdad's meals for the week, which is great. I don't even do that because I have tried that before. I've done it before. I shouldn't say try. I've done it before. And by Tuesday, I'm sitting on Sunday. I'm like, okay, Monday, I'm going to have this and this and this. And on Tuesday, I'm going to have this. And by Tuesday, I don't want that shit. So it's not going to work for me. I never know what I want. I might want to cook something. I might see a recipe scrolling down Facebook or on TikTok. I don't do that. But I still eat, nutritiously. If it works for you, great. You can go on Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook. There are thousands of groups on Facebook. You can go in, you can search on TikTok and Pinterest on easy ways if you like meal prepping and you're okay with eating the same thing. And meal prepping doesn't necessarily mean eating the same. Meal planning doesn't mean the same thing. Most of the time, meal prep, them people eating the same thing because you cook a big batch of it. Like you don't meal prep this. I'm gonna have chicken and broccoli, and then I'm gonna have steak and broccoli. That's not typically meal planning, but that's not for me. That is not for me. It never will be because I don't know what day to day I'm gonna feel like. I might want chicken today and shrimp tomorrow and steak the next day and pork the next day and then another shrimp. I don't know. So it doesn't work for me. However, if you have a family or you can do that, shout out to you. The last thing we're gonna talk about is challenges. Um, Having the time. Self care is about having the time for self, for soul nourishment. And a lot of people do not do that. You have to make the time. People say there's not enough time in the day. You got 24 hours. If you can't find 5 minutes, you need to reevaluate what's going on in your life. Because I tell people start at 5 minutes. You'd be surprised what 5 minutes alone, just deep breathing, can do for you. And then you increase it to 10 and then 15 and 20 and meditate. But you have to make time the same way you make time to go to the grocery store, get your nails done, get your hair done, take the kids to baseball practice and go to the church house. And you got to make time. You got to make the time. Um, so that's one of the challenges that people face with self-care, is making the time. The other thing they lack is knowledge. And there is so much information that you can get on the internet for free. Some insurance plans will cover a nutritionist. You got to check your plan and see if they will cover a nutritionist. And then there are other resources that can help you as well. Again, the internet, talking to a dietitian, talking to a nutritionist, even some personal trainers. I have a friend that's a personal trainer, Keon Peppers here in Wilson. Not only is he a personal trainer, he also has a nutrition program that goes along with his program for helping you lose weight or tone or whatever it is that you want to do. But he has that program available. Um, those are some of the challenges that people have on top of money. We all know in this economy, what you got a few years ago, $400, you're not getting $400 today. We all know that. So you got to find other ways and resources to be able to get, those foods that you need. Please do not be ashamed to go to food banks. That's what they're there for. Uh, Buying in bulk can help. So if you have a membership to Sam's Club or Costco's or BJ's, you can buy in bulk there. Oh, you're welcome, Sophie. Thank you for joining. Here, I know in Wilson Rocky Mount, so I'm going to assume, and I don't like to assume, but we have what's called a Fred's Club. I don't know if they're all over the United States, but I know they're here. There's one in Wilson, one in Rocky Mount. You don't need a membership, but you can buy in bulk there. So buying in bulk can definitely help. Make sure you get in season produce, shopping at the farmer's market. If you shop at the grocery store, make sure it's in, the things that are in season. You can actually go on Google and get a chart for the year. I know North Carolina Farmers Market actually has that chart on their website, and they will tell you, like, right now. And the only reason I know this is because when I lived in Raleigh, I stayed at the farmers market. Like, starting now is like the corn and the watermelon and peaches. Um, it will tell you. And then, like, when the fall comes, your leafy, like collards and all that, it will tell you the seasonal. So if you Google North Carolina Farmers Market and then you just do a search, it'll show you um, what's in season by the months. Um, and then using things like beans and lentils to fill a meal can definitely help because they're inexpensive. People throw shade at rice all the time, right? People say, don't eat rice, don't eat rice, don't eat rice. However, our Asian counterparts eat rice at every meal. And I do mean every meal. We don't see a whole lot of fluffy Asian people, unless they're sumo wrestlers, right? Rice gets a bad rap, but it can be filling. And if you measure it out, it's not as bad as you think. And if you're exercising like you should, then there's not a problem with eating it. Brown rice, you got to season the hell out of it because it's horrible. I don't care what people say, it is horrible. Jasmine rice, basmati rice, wild rice is freaking phenomenal. Um, Quinoa, I don't like quinoa, and couscous. I don't like couscous either. But they help to fill, can help to fill you up, and they can be inexpensive choices. And then you always want to find something that's quick and easy that's still healthy. My go to quick, easy, healthy meal is egg roll in a bowl. You can use any protein you want. I have tried it with every protein that you can think of. It is freaking amazing, and it takes me about 15 to 16 minutes to make. That is my go to meal. It consists of a pound of ground meat, or if you decide to use shrimp, and a bag of tri-color coleslaw, and then soy sauce and oyster sauce, which you use very little of, garlic powder, white pepper. That is it. I brown my meat. If it's shrimp, I don't do that first because shrimp doesn't take a long time. But I brown my meat in sesame oil, and then I add the vegetables, the bag, and mix that all together. I like to have a little crunch, still crunchy, so I don't cook it to death, and top it with yum yum sauce. It's quick, it's easy, it's healthy. I'm getting a ton of vegetables. I'm getting protein. I just got an idea just while I'm sitting here talking to y'all. I think the next time I might add egg in it. So I just got an idea there. You can always modify. Um, and if I do the shrimp, I cook the vegetables first and then I add the shrimp because shrimp doesn't take a long time. But you guys, it is the best thing if you need something quick and easy. But again, Pinterest loaded with quick and easy meals. The only time I really sit and watch TV is Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and I'm watching Food Network to see what they're cooking, right? And I watch if I'm home, diners, drivers, and dives, but I don't watch a lot of TV. Everything I watch is pretty much surrounded by food or stuff I've already seen before. But those quick and easy meals can definitely help. Um, Making something like on what do you call it? Breakfast muffins, um, or egg bites, where you take um, an egg, drop it in the muffin tin, add your cheese, salt, and pepper, and whatever meat and vegetables you want. You can take that on the go. Pre-make your own egg McMuffin at home. I have done that. They came out really, really good. Even though I work from home, but it was easier for me to pop it in the air fryer, heat it up, and then come on up to my office and work, as opposed to trying to do it all at once. Make some, put them in the refrigerator, especially if you have a family. That's like the bomb thing to do. But there are things that you can definitely do for self-care, for nutritional, in regards to your nutrition. You guys, nutrition is a part of self-care. Like, you have to take care of yourself. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Uh, you want to be here for the family that loves you, for the friends that love you. You want to make sure you're here for that. So I have exciting, exciting news, and we talked about it last week. The first thing is the self-care challenge starts next Monday, the 24th. If you haven't signed up, um, make sure you do. You can go on my page. I believe the link is on there. And I should have gotten it today, but I apologize. I wouldn't even think about it. But it starts next week on Monday, the 24th. I'm super excited about the self-care challenge. Super excited about it. We're going to have some fun. Um, the other thing is, next week we have our first guest. Miss Ariel is going to come and talk to us, and I am super excited about having a guest on my podcast. So you guys look forward to that on next Sunday. Have an amazing day. Again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And I will see you all on next Sunday for Soul Nourishment Sundays with Shay.